Illinois Governor JB Pritzker just said something that should terrify the Trump administration. He's preparing to prosecute federal ICE agents. Not in federal court, in state court. And the legal battle that's unfolding could redefine the balance of power in America. This isn't just another political fight. This is a governor who's won 5 straight court cases against the federal government, and he's not backing down. Stick around, because what's happening in Illinois right now could determine whether states can still protect their citizens when the federal government goes rogue. Illinois is 5-0 in federal courts against the Trump administration. 5 victories, 0 losses. They've blocked National Guard deployment in Chicago 3 times. They've limited ICE operations twice, including a ruling this morning that requires ICE agents to wear body cameras because the court doesn't believe what federal agents are reporting. Let that sink in. A federal court just said ICE agents can't be trusted to tell the truth. That's not political spin. That's a judicial finding. And it's forcing Illinois to prepare for something unprecedented in American history. What happens when a president refuses to follow court orders? Governor Pritzker addressed this head-on. He pointed out that America has never seen a president who doesn't listen to the courts. Sure, Trump tried to defy judicial orders with Garcia, but eventually backed down before rearresting him anyway. But the pattern is clear. This administration treats the law as optional, as though court orders are suggestions rather than mandates. So Illinois is preparing. Pritzker announced he's exploring prosecuting ICE agents who violate state law, not under federal jurisdiction where Trump has fired inspectors general and replaced oversight with political appointees. Under state law, county prosecutors, state attorneys general, local accountability when federal accountability disappears. Here's the scenario that makes this real. An ICE agent driving through Illinois throws a tear gas canister at someone standing on the side of the road. That's not immigration enforcement. That's assault. And under Illinois law, it's prosecutable. If a police officer did it, they'd face charges. If you or I did it, we'd be arrested. So why should federal agents get a pass? Pritzker's argument is simple. Federal agents typically have federal immunity, but they're not immune from state laws when they break them. And when the federal government refuses to hold its own agents accountable, states have to step up. It's a direct challenge to the idea that federal power is absolute. But there's a deeper dimension here. This isn't just about ICE. It's about Stephen Miller, Trump's anti-migrant czar who Pritzker called someone who hates America. Miller is the architect behind National Guard deployments into cities, behind the ICE operations creating chaos in Los Angeles and Chicago. And Pritzker believes Miller is exploiting Trump's diminished capacity. That phrase, diminished capacity, isn't casual political rhetoric. Pritzker stated plainly that Trump has diminished capacity, that its sad people around him aren't getting him help, and that Stephen Miller is taking advantage of it. Miller's rhetoric is so out of bounds that he's become the de facto power behind DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and deportation czar Tom Homan. Pritzker's warning to Miller and other Trump officials is chilling. You may have immunity now because Trump will pardon anyone carrying out his unlawful orders, but you won't have it under another administration. Whatever they do now, there's a record. And in 3 years, or whenever this administration ends, accountability will come. It's a message to every ICE agent, every CBP officer, every official executing what Pritzker calls unlawful orders. History is watching, courts are documenting, and the immunity you think you have is temporary. Then there's the moral dimension. Pritzker was asked about leaked texts from a young Republicans group chat filled with vile anti-Semitism, praise for Hitler, and calls to put political opponents in gas chambers, members aged 18 to 40. One works in the Trump administration, one's a state senator, and Vice President J.D. Vance brushed it off as what kids do. Pritzker, one of the most prominent Jewish politicians in America, didn't hold back. He called Vance a sycophant unwilling to condemn Nazi rhetoric. He reminded viewers that Vance once called Trump America's Hitler before being chosen as vice president. Now Vance defends people speaking like Nazis in private Republican chats. This is the moral corrosion at the heart of the story. When bigotry gets normalized as youthful indiscretion, when anti-Semitism becomes what kids do, we're not talking about politics anymore. We're talking about the collapse of basic human decency. And when a vice president won't condemn it, that corruption reaches the highest levels of government. What Pritzker is describing isn't just about Illinois or ICE operations. It's about whether America can still function as a constitutional republic when one branch of government treats the other two as irrelevant. The Seventh Circuit ruled that political opposition is not rebellion. That phrase needs to echo far beyond this moment. Dissent, criticism, and oversight aren't threats to America. They're the foundation of democracy. But we're living in a moment where those foundations are being tested. An administration that ignores court rulings. Federal agents who can't be trusted to tell the truth. State governments forced to become the last line of defense against federal overreach. And a vice president who won't condemn Nazi rhetoric in his own party. The question isn't just whether courts can restrain power, it's whether the public still cares enough to defend truth from propaganda, justice from corruption, and fact from fiction. How much erosion of democratic norms are we willing to tolerate before it's too late? Are we becoming numb to the idea that power now trumps principle? Pritzker's warning is clear. Accountability may be delayed, but it's not denied. As long as people stay awake, informed, and engaged. The fight for America's legal and moral identity is happening right now. In courtrooms, in state houses, in leaked text messages, and in the conscience of every voter watching. If this report opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe for more fact-based news commentary on the battles reshaping American democracy. Drop a comment.